Let me introduce you to Lochinvar National Park and what is known as the Kafue Flats or Kafue Plains. And as you can see, it's sunrise. And this is a really interesting section of the Kafue River, which is a major tributary of the Zambezi and flows through and drains much of western Zambia and western and central Zambia, I guess. And it's a section where the river floodplain stretches out probably 50 kilometers in width and extends for more than 100 kilometers in length. On this very flat section of land, as you can see, it's flat as a pancake. And so the river, which is many kilometers off in the distance there, is bordered by this extensive network of channels and sloughs and pools of all different sizes and marsh, and then abutting that in this floodplain are these extensive kind of wet / dry grasslands that would be very wet during the rainy season, and then they kind of dry out this time of year. And that eventually grades into some woodland as you move south into the uplands. But as you can see, as I'm panning around, this is one extensive flat marshland, grassland system. And I simply drove out as far as I could into the flats, basically to the edge of where the marshland starts, and found a tree and set up my vehicle next to it, because there are no established campgrounds in this park. It's just wild, or what they call bush camping, which means you find a spot, set up your camp. And I just found this spot, which seemed nice, next to a tree, next to this little slough that has a bunch of ducks and geese. And one of the distinguishing features of the Kafue Flats and this park are the thousands and thousands of birds and the many different bird species that occur here. That's what it's known for, is its bird species diversity. And on the mammal side, it's known for supporting a subspecies of the lechwe, which is kind of a mid-sized antelope that's strongly tied to water and wetlands, so you never find them too far from water or wetlands. And the subspecies here is no surprise called the Kafue lechwe. And there are literally thousands of them here on these flats. You probably won't be able to see them in this video, but they are all over the plains. Everywhere I look out there, there are bands of lechwe. And so that is another thing that makes this kind of park special, is supporting those vast herds of this Kafue lechwe species. Okay, that's it for now. In a few minutes I'm going to be meeting up with one of the local fishermen, and we're going to be heading out in his little boat out into the marsh and see what we see. Alright, more to come. Bye. Okay, we're in a Makuro boat heading out into the marsh, but I must say it's doesn't look to be the most reliable. It's leaky and tippy, and I'm hoping I don't take a dip and take a swim. So tell me your name.
I'm Osad.
Okay, and tell me what we're about to do.
We're about to go and look for the birds.
And you're guaranteeing we're not gonna tip over, right?
Yes.
Alright, more to come. One of the fishermen pulling in his net. So I just learned that they will head out and set their nets on one of the river courses, and then they'll come back like the next day and haul in their catch. So they let the net sit for 12 to 24 hours. For bream and baba.
They take the fish nets, then they go to the deep river there, to the big river, then they leave some, they just leave the nets, then fishes just go there, they empty themselves. Then after that, tomorrow morning, they go and check the nets, they find fish there in the nets. Then coming back to the harbor, they sell to the traders who comes from town, buy, they take them in towns and markets to sell. So it's a great job to fish, otherwise, yeah.
All right, that's it. Very interesting. Thanks.
Oh.
Hey.
Badi kwatira kampante. Barabe.
We're trying to find a fisherman with a larger boat to swap out, because this one is very unstable and very difficult for me to do any kind of birding while trying to maintain our balance. So we're trying to find a fisherman with a larger boat that will swap out, but it's probably going to be tough because they're busy. Anyways. Okay, we have switched into a slightly larger boat thanks to some friendly fishermen that we ran into. So instead of constantly trying to balance myself and keep us from tipping over, I can now kind of sit a little more comfortably and use my binoculars to look at birds and things. And we're in a narrow little channel through the cattail marsh, heading out to, I guess, a larger pool where a lot of the fishermen fish. Whoa. We just emerged into a very large pool where most of the fishermen come to fish. What do you call this pool? Do you have a name for this? passing by this papyrus reed bed, and if you can see all those black dots, there's a whole bunch of reed cormorants perched on top of the papyrus. Leaving the big open water, the big Shundu pool, and gonna enter a small channel through the reeds that will take us all the way back to the original harbor, apparently. Couple pelicans swimming along with this raft of coots. That was a flock of white-faced whistling ducks. Pulling back into the harbor to end our boat journey out into Kafue Flats. My fearless boat captain put a lot of effort into poling and paddling for 3 hours